Did you know that some of the simplest changes to your daily routine could add years, even a decade, to your life? It sounds too good to be true, right? But the science is solid. We're not talking about some futuristic biohacking or expensive supplements. We're talking about small, sustainable habits that have a massive impact on how long and how well you live. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap to a longer, healthier, and happier life. So, what's the secret sauce to longevity? For decades, scientists have been fascinated by blue zones, regions around the world like Okinawa in Japan, Sardinia in Italy, and Loma Linda in California, where people regularly live active lives well past 100. The common thread isn't some magic pill, it's their lifestyle. The science points to a few key areas: cellular health, inflammation, and metabolic function. Let's break it down. Every time our cells divide, the protective caps on our chromosomes, called telomeres, get a little shorter. Think of them like the plastic tips on your shoelaces. When they get too short, the cell stops functioning properly. Chronic stress, poor diet, and lack of exercise can speed up this shortening process. On the other hand, healthy habits can actually help preserve them, and in some cases, even lengthen them through an enzyme called telomerase. It's like hitting a biological rewind button. Furthermore, chronic low-grade inflammation is a silent culprit behind many age-related diseases. The food we eat and our activity levels can either fan these inflammatory flames or extinguish them. So, the goal isn't to find some mythical fountain of youth, but to create an internal environment where your body can thrive and repair itself effectively, just as it's designed to do. Now, let's get into the good stuff, the actionable tips you can start today. First, let's talk about moving more, but not in the way you think. You don't need to become a marathon runner. The key is consistent, natural movement. The people in blue zones don't go to the gym. Their lives are structured around movement. They walk everywhere, garden, and do manual chores. So, tip number 1 is to engineer movement back into your day. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park a little further away from the store entrance. Get up and stretch every hour if you work at a desk. My personal favorite, a 10-minute walk after every meal. It's fantastic for digestion and blood sugar control, and it adds up to 30 minutes of walking without you even noticing. It's about making activity an unconscious part of your routine. Second, let's overhaul what's on your plate with the 80% rule. This is a practice from Okinawa called harahachi-bu, which means eating until you're 80% full. It takes about 20 minutes for your stomach to tell your brain it's full. So stopping a little early prevents overeating, reduces caloric intake, and gives your digestive system a break. But what should you eat? Think plants. The foundation of longevity diets is plant-based foods. Lots of beans, greens, nuts, and whole grains. You don't have to be a strict vegetarian, but try to make meat more of a side dish than the main event. Fill your plate with color. The antioxidants in fruits and vegetables are your body's personal defense squad against cellular damage. And my third tip, which might be the most powerful, is to nurture your social connections. Loneliness can be as detrimental to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Seriously, having a strong sense of community and purpose is a hallmark of the world's longest-lived people. So, prioritize time with friends and family. Join a club, volunteer, or simply call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. These connections vitamins provide emotional support, reduce stress, and give you a reason to wake up in the morning. They are a vital nutrient for your soul. Let me tell you about a real-life example that brings all this together. I once met a man named Arthur. When he hit his late 50s, his doctor gave him a grim prognosis. He was overweight, had high blood pressure, and was on a fast track to serious health issues. He felt old and defeated, but instead of giving up, he decided to make a change. He started small. He began with a daily walk around his block. Then, he started swapping his processed breakfast for oatmeal with berries. He joined a local gardening club, not for the exercise, but because he'd always loved plants. Fast forward 10 years. Arthur is now in his late 60s, but he looks and feels younger than he did a decade ago. He lost the excess weight, his health markers are perfect, and he's off his medication. The best part? He has a vibrant social life through his gardening club and is genuinely happy. He didn't do a crash diet or run a marathon. He just layered in small, enjoyable habits. He moved naturally, ate better, and found a community. Arthur's story is a powerful reminder that it's never too late to start, and that the simplest changes can truly rewrite your future. Now, let's clear up some common myths about aging and health that might be holding you back. Myth number 1. It's all in my genes. While genetics do play a role, research shows that lifestyle and environment are far more influential. Your genes might load the gun, but your lifestyle pulls the trigger. You have far more control over your health destiny than you think. Don't let a family history of a certain condition be a life sentence. Let it be a motivator to be extra diligent with your healthy habits. Myth number 2. You have to do intense, grueling workouts to see any benefit. This is a huge misconception that discourages so many people. As we discussed, gentle, consistent movement like walking, stretching, or gardening can be even more beneficial for longevity than sporadic, high-intensity exercise, especially if that intensity leads to burnout or injury. The best exercise is the one you enjoy and can stick with for a lifetime. And myth number 3, healthy eating is too expensive and complicated. It doesn't have to be. Some of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet are also the cheapest. Think about beans, lentils, oats, and seasonal vegetables. You don't need fancy superfoods flown in from across the world. Cooking simple meals at home is not only cheaper than eating out, but it also gives you complete control over the ingredients. Don't let these myths become excuses. You have the power to make a difference. So, let's quickly recap what we've learned. Living a longer, healthier life isn't about extreme measures. It's about embracing simple, powerful principles. First, move naturally throughout your day. Find ways to walk more, stand more, and just be less sedentary. Second, eat smart. Focus on a plant-heavy diet and practice the 80% rule to avoid overeating. And third, connect with others. Nurture your relationships and build a strong social network, as it's a critical component of both mental and physical well-being. These aren't just tips. They are pillars for a life filled with more years and more life in your years. The journey to a longer life begins with a single step. Choose one thing from this video that resonated with you. Maybe it's the 10-minute walk after dinner, or adding more beans to your meals, or calling that friend. Just pick one and start today. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our future videos on living your best life. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which habit are you going to try first? Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.